Hey guys, today's video is going to be a get ready with me. I have a bunch of products that I want to use today, some old, some new products. I recently received the new Nomad Cosmetics Okavango Safari palette, and I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, so I figured we could try it together today, put that to the test. Really pretty, like neutral, earthy color story. Love the outer packaging as well. I also have some new stuff to try from Milk Makeup. I feel like I'm kind of playing catch up right now because I haven't worn makeup in a while. I was filming my declutter series last week and I just wasn't really wearing a ton of makeup, so I feel like I have a lot of new stuff to catch up on, but I also want to use some of my Project Pan and Shop My Stash products. So let's go ahead and get started. I actually have a new sunscreen I'm going to be trying today. This one was highly recommended to me in the comments of my K-Beauty sunscreen roundup that I did about a month ago. So this is the Skin1004 Hyaluronic Water Fit Sun Serum. I'm going to be doing another K-Beauty sunscreen roundup later this summer, and this is one of the ones that's going to be included in that one. I love the packaging. It looks really cute and like trendy. I don't know what it is about it, but I like it. So let's give this a try. It has a pump. Ooh. Okay. I have already moisturized, but my moisturizer has been on for probably about 15 minutes or so. So we are ready for the sunscreen. Oh, that's going on really nicely. Okay, well that went on really nicely. It sunk in very quickly, just felt like a moisturizer, honestly. And I feel like it just has a very natural finish on my skin. It's not super glowy, dewy, greasy looking like a lot of sunscreens are. It just looks like I just applied moisturizer, basically. Like you wouldn't know I'm wearing sunscreen. So this has definitely made a good first impression on me. I'm looking forward to continuing to try it. I have a bunch of other new sunscreens that I'm going to be testing alongside it, but so far, that seems promising. So actually, while that sunscreen sinks in, I'm going to go ahead and start on my eyeshadow. I like to give my sunscreen about 10-15 minutes to sink in before I apply complexion products. So I'm going to go ahead and start my eye look, starting with some primer. Also, I have a zit in the weirdest spot here. Like, do you see that? It's like right between my bridge of my nose and my eyelid. I don't know. I've been breaking out a lot recently, and I actually think the culprit might be the Paula's Choice Vitamin C moisturizer and eye cream, because I've been using both recently. Mostly wearing those as like my daytime moisturizer and eye cream, and I've had vitamin C products break me out in the past, so I think that might be the culprit. I'm taking a few days off from wearing those to see if my skin calms down, and then I'm going to try them one more time, and if I do break out, then I'll know that that's what it was, but that's what I think might be the culprit here with my skin, because that would explain why I got a breakout right there too, because that's right where I would apply my eye cream. So, okay, so the Okavango Safari palette from Nomad. I just swatched some of the shimmers on my fingers. Those are pretty. Those are really pretty. I am already so excited to use this. So I think I do want to do a mostly green look today. I am going to just first apply some setting powder from the crease up, just because that CoverGirl eyeshadow primer I used is kind of tacky, and sometimes it can make it hard to blend things. So I'm just setting my crease and brow bone. I'm going to start with this shade up here, the shade Towering Giraffes. Just a light tan color. Looks like a great transition shade. Just going to buff that through my crease. Alright, the next shade I want to use is actually this one, mainly because this is one of the shades that kind of intimidates me in the palette. I typically shy away from olive-y shades like this, but this is the shade More Me Game Reserve. So let's try that out. I'm just going to target that right there in the crease. I've seen some people talking about how this palette looks a lot like the new Natasha Denona palette that was recently announced. They both have a very similar vibe. I do think this Nomad one is going to be a little cheaper than the Natasha Denona one, so if you wanted to get like a neutral olive color story, this might be a good option. But it's seeming like olive is kind of the trendy shade of the moment right now. Alright, the next shade I want to dip into is this medium matte green that's called Vumbura Plains. And I'm going to build that up here in like the outer third of my lid. So far, no complaints about the formula. I feel like these shades are showing up true to color. They're blending well. They're pigmented. Then I'm going back to the first like really fluffy crease brush I was using, not picking up any additional shadow, just blending around the edges of all of that. Alright, then taking like a small pencil brush, I'm going to go into this deeper matte green here, Chief's Island. Just picking up a little of that. And that I'm just going to focus right above the lash line out here, just in this outer third. Really just keeping it pretty close to the lash line. I'm not going to blend that up into my crease or anything, just keeping it right in this zone. I think for my shimmers, I think I'm going to do these two here. So starting with this more taupey olive shade, this is Keystone Termites. I'm just going to pick that up on a finger, and that I will tap right here in the center of my lid. I feel like this shimmer is, actually, maybe this would be better on a brush. I feel like it's sticking to my finger and not going on my eyelid as foiled as I would like. I almost feel like that got a little hard pan from me touching with my finger. Yeah, I think a brush was the way to go with that shade. It seems like that shade didn't like me touching it with my finger. Alright, so then I'm just going to use that same brush and pick up some of Nile Crocodiles. And that I'm going to apply here in the inner third of my lid. Okay, that is a really pretty look. I'm going to take a little bit more of this shade here in my outer corner. Now I'm taking a bit more of this darker matte green here and adding a little bit more of that out here just to redefine that shade. Almost doing like a really soft, smudgy, smoky wing with that one. Next I'm going to take a flat, like a squared eyeliner brush. This is the Sigma E15. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of this super, super dark green here. That's the shade Rumbling Elephants. And that shade I'm just going to stamp like right at my lash line here, just so that I can have the most depth and definition right there. Okay, so that's the majority of the eye look. I'm going to go ahead and do my base now, and I'm going to use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. This is in my project pan. Then for concealer, I'm going to use my Shop My Stash concealer, which is the NYX Bear With Me, and then I'm going to tap some of the Sigma Color Corrector. Actually, I'm going to tap the Sigma Color Corrector on first, and then go in with the NYX. Alright, I got a little too much concealer, so I'm just going to use the rest of that to spot conceal my face and all these breakouts on my face. Alright, so for blush, I really want to try out this Milk Makeup Cream Blush Stick in the shade Work. I think that'll go really nicely with this eye look. It's like a peachy pink color. I have only ever tried one product from NYX. It was their Rise mascara. I did not like it. That's the only thing I had ever tried from Milk previously, but they recently sent me some products in PR, and I'm excited to give more of their products a chance. So this will be my first time trying this. Actually, I am going to, at least on this side, I'm going to dot it directly on my cheek. We'll see how that works, because that is how I prefer to apply stick products like this. I feel like it's definitely picking up some of my foundation on the stick. I feel like, I mean, I guess that's kind of inevitable. On this other side, I'm gonna put it on my brush first. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit better. Like, it didn't apply badly over here, but it did feel like it lifted up a little bit of my foundation. I'm gonna get a little bit more on this other side. Really pretty color, though. I like that. It's like a cross between a peach and a pink. I feel like this is the kind of shade that goes with so many different looks. But I especially like this kind of color with green. I think it goes well with the eyeshadow. Alright, so I just set my face with the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. This is still going strong. I took the sifter out a couple weeks ago, And I'm getting close to being done with it, but this powder lasts a long time. I love this one. For bronzer, I'm gonna use a somewhat newer favorite. This is the Fenty powder bronzer in the Sun. I have been loving this so much. It's just such a perfect shade and depth for my skin tone. And even though it is a powder, it almost like melts in to the skin like a cream. Like it's just so easy to work with. So good. And I like that it almost has a bit of like a rosy red undertone to it, because I just feel like that blends into my skin tone really well. Alright, for my brows, I'm going to do a combination of old and new. I'm working on panning my ABH Dip Brow Pomade. It's still got a ways to go, but that is in my project pan right now. And then also in that same Milk PR package was the Kush Clear Brow Gel. So I want to try these two together today. I'm actually going to go in with the pomade first, and then the brow gel. You know, this pomade is still such a solid brow product. Like it just works well. I really like the way that looks. So let's see how this clear brow gel does. Just gonna push them into place. I did wear this brow gel the other day, but I applied this before going in with, I think I was using the Lift and Snatch brow pen, and I didn't feel like this gel had very much hold to it, but I want to try it again, this time applying it after filling my brows in. Just see how that works. For my highlighter, I'm also going to use my Project Pan highlighter. I think this will be pretty with that Milk blush and also with this eye look. This is the Athr highlight in Pink Diamond Dust. See, there's this spot right here. Do you see that? Where like the blush didn't really want to stick. I'm just going to take a little bit of blush on my finger and tap it right there to try to even that spot out. I don't know, I feel like the blush is looking a little patchy over here. I think it's better on the side where I picked it up on the brush first, then applied it to my cheeks. So I guess that's what I'll do from now on. I don't really understand the point of a cheek product being in stick form like this if you can't swipe it onto your cheeks like that. Like, I feel like that's the whole point. These also, they actually call this a lip and cheek stick. So you can use this on your lips too. I'm going to try it on my lips. I think I'm going to wear a different lipstick today, but I'm just going to try this and see how it looks on my lips. Okay, I think that's a really pretty color on the lips, actually. Alright, so just putting the finishing touches on this eye look now. I'm going to take a little bit more of this Nile Crocodile shade and just pop that in my inner corner. And then for my lower lash line, I'm going to smudge some of this shade Crash of Rhinos. And then I'm just going to smudge that on my lower lash line. Finishing off with some mascara. I also just realized that my Tarte Maneater mascara packaging matches this Nomad palette with the like cheetah print. So cute! Okay, so I do really like the way the Milk blush stick looks on my lips. I think that makes a really pretty like monochromatic look between the cheeks and the lips, but I am going to take that off because I want to try something else. So for my lipstick, I wanted to try one of the new BK Beauty lipstick shades. So they recently extended their line of lipsticks. They sent me the entire line. I ended up only selecting 3 to keep for myself because I do not need that many new lipsticks. But the one I'm going to try today is the shade Grace. This is one of the nude shades of theirs. It's like a very light neutral nude shade, a little bit like a brownish tone. I think I'm going to use it with my favorite lip liner, which is the Kokie lip liner in nude. I think these are going to make a great pair. Yeah, that's the Kokie liner, that's the BK lipstick. I think that'll be perfect. So these lipsticks have such a nice creamy texture. They're super lightweight. Like, they don't feel like they deposit a ton of product on your lips, but they have really great pigmentation. Like, that is an opaque lipstick right there. So, so comfy. Really like that color. I almost think it might be a little bit too, like, it's almost pulling some mustardiness from the eyes. I think I might actually pick a different lip liner, so hang on. I think I need a little peachy warmth to my lips. So I'm actually going to use my Mented Peach lip pencil. This is my lip liner in my Project Pan. So there's that shade. There's the lipstick. I think that might be a little bit better with this eye look, so let's try that. Okay, I actually feel like that's a little too orangey with this eye look too. I think I'm gonna go back to the Milk blush stick in Work because that was honestly the perfect shade for this eye look, not too orangey. I think that Mented Peach Lip Pencil might just be a little too orange. I feel like it's just pulling a little too orange with this eye look. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out what type of shade to wear with such an olivey eye look. I feel like those shades are just pulling a little weird on me right now. So I'm just gonna go back to the Milk blush stick because I think that was honestly the perfect shade to go with this eye look. Yeah, I really like that. I think it's just the right balance between peach and pink, and I think it complements that green eye look really nicely. All right, so there's the completed look. I'm loving this green and peach vibe. I think it's really fun, especially for this time of year. I just think it's so fresh and lively. I had a great experience with this new Nomad palette. I felt like, as someone who doesn't really venture into olive tones super often, I feel like this palette made it really easy for me because it has a great range of different depths. Like, you have a good selection of lighter and more mid-toned mattes and deeper mattes, and I feel like all the shades in here work together nicely. Like, you could just close your eyes and randomly pick a shade, and just about every combination of shades in here I think would work together. You're not going to really have any clashing tones. So I think I'm going to continue to have a lot of fun with this. I think it's a very approachable take on olive earthy tones. Definitely gonna keep playing with these Milk blush sticks. I also have the shade Quickie here, which I haven't used yet. That's more of like a purpley berry shade, also really pretty. I really like the way my base is laying right now. I mean, I always love the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation, but I feel like it's looking really good over that sunscreen, the Skin1004 Sunscreen. Yeah, I think my base is looking really good. I didn't have any pilling, I didn't have any weird like separation or anything, so far so good. You guys never steer me wrong with your product recommendations, but so far I'm really happy with that. The Milk Makeup Brow Gel, it seems nice, but I mean, it doesn't feel like it has a very strong hold. Like, my brows, like, I can tell there's a little bit of brow gel in there, but it doesn't feel like my brows are really locked in. So if that's what you're looking for, this may not be the best. And honestly, if you want a light hold clear brow gel, there's so many of those at the drugstore. So I'm not sure this is going to be a win for me, but I do need to keep testing it. So I'm really overdue to do a big speed reviews video, but I keep on saying, oh, I'm going to do it, but I need to keep testing this thing more before I do it. So then it just keeps getting pushed back and back and back. But I really am going to do speed reviews soon. So let me know if there are any products in particular that you've been waiting for me to review or you want to hear my updated thoughts on. Let me know down below because I feel like I've been a little inundated with too many things. So let me know if there's anything in particular that you want me to review in an upcoming speed reviews video. Anything that you've been like waiting for me to update you on, let me know. But thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I hope you had fun. I certainly had fun creating this look and playing with some makeup goodies. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you again very soon in my next video. Bye.